After a rookie season that exceeded the expectations for most, resulting in winning Rookie of the Year, Scottie Barnes had high expectations going into his second NBA season. Many expected him to take that leap to stardom that we have seen from Rookie of the Year winners in the past, like Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, and LaMelo Ball. But while Barnes didn't take that leap, I am still very encouraged by what I saw on tape, even if he disappointed and didn't live up to expectations that most had for him, which is what I want to talk about in this video. But quickly before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I would really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the 2024 NBA season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Anyways, let's talk about Scottie Barnes. Barnes has the ideal frame for the modern day wing forward hybrid. He stands at 6'8". He weighs 225 pounds. He has a 7'2" wingspan. He has good movement skills, decent speed, decent quickness, really fluid, moves well in a lateral sense, good vertical explosion. Just about every trait you want in that 3-4 hybrid type he has, which combined with his versatility, his skill, motor, intangibles, and upside, it's why he has been viewed very highly since he was in high school, and also why he went top 4 in the NBA draft. Now, Scottie Barnes didn't see much improvement in his second NBA season. His points per game stayed the same at 15.3. His field goal percentage went down from 49.2 to 45.6%. His 3-point percentage went down from 30.1% to 28.1%. His 2-point percentage went down from 54.3 to 50.5%. His effective field goal percentage went down from 52.4% to 48.7%. His true shooting percentage went down from 55.2% to 52.4%. His PER went down from 16.3 to 15.5. Obviously, this isn't great. You would like to see him show improvement, but I'm not too worried about it because honestly, it could be a lot worse. The fact that his production from a point per game standpoint didn't really take a massive dip is encouraging. If his efficiency went down like this and he went from the 15.3 points per game he averaged as a rookie down to, say, 13 points per game, I would be more concerned. But the fact that his points per game stayed around the same, his minutes were slightly lower, and he was taking more shots, it's why I'm not too concerned by this. It is common, even with the most marginal volume increases, to see young players struggle with their efficiency improving in a linear way. It is common to see guys take more responsibility and you see the efficiency go down. It's not as drastic as what Pascal Siakam did when he went from second option next to Kawhi to main option on the team in terms of efficiency and volume, but it is a noticeable enough change in volume for me to believe that it's just the common second year wall that players tend to hit, and I think that was the case with Scottie Barnes. And he did show improvement in one key area that I am very encouraged by. His assists per game went up from 3.5 as a rookie to 4.8 in year 2. And it wasn't just the pure assist per game numbers. His assist to turnover ratio went up from 1.9 to 2.4, and his assist percentage went up from 14.7 to 20. To see an improvement in assist production and assist efficiency is very encouraging, regardless of where you're at in your career, let alone going from year 1 to year 2. Scottie Barnes has a game that's built off of versatility. He has a very well-rounded skill set on both ends of the floor, and on offense, that well-rounded skill set leads to good all-around stats. I know he didn't improve his statistics and the efficiency did drop off a little bit, but 15 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 5 assists per game in your second NBA season is still pretty good. And I think that's something that can be built off of as a baseline for projections. Barnes has been a really good passer in the NBA, and that was one of the biggest selling points of him as a prospect. The fact that he was 6'8", 6'9", really well built, had the movement skills, and also had legit passing intangibles. I wouldn't say he's a primary playmaker that can play point guard. I've watched him try and handle primary and point guard reps for years now, going back to before the NBA, and it just isn't what fits his playmaking skill set. He doesn't feel comfortable in those situations, but I think he's really good as a connecting playmaker. The handle is functional, he has really good vision, he has good creativity, he has high feel as a passer, he makes good reads. I think a secondary playmaking role fits him best because the handle is solid but not great, and he doesn't quite hit the thresholds you look for in a primary creator. Regardless, passing is a positive skill set in this game. I think he can thrive in a playmaking role that's similar to guys like Draymond Green, Lamar Odom, Blake Griffin, and to an extent Jalen Rose, although I do think Jalen Rose had more primary creation traits, but that's another story for another time. Just because I don't think Barnes is a primary playmaker doesn't mean that I don't think he can be this upper echelon playmaking forward, because I do think he can be that. I think he can be a 5 to 7 assist per game player, and a connector that is the glue for offensive flow. Now, Barnes' ability to score the basketball is the major swing factor for his upside. He has been a better scorer than expected entering the NBA. He wasn't really viewed as a scorer entering the NBA. It was more about his Swiss Army knife ability as this versatile chess piece, and the scoring was something that people thought would have to be developed over time. And I remember specifically for me, when I was doing my rookie projections for the 2021 NBA draft, I think I said he would average around 8 or 9 points per game as a rookie. I didn't think he would get to double digits, but clearly he has shown that he can be aggressive as a scorer, and honestly showed more scoring upside as a rookie than expected. Now, he's far from perfect as a scorer. His jump shooting needs work. The three-pointers aren't falling at the rate that you would expect, especially on a lower volume. His form definitely needs to be tweaked. He has shown confidence in the mid-range area, but the efficiency needs work. But I will say, in terms of attacking the basket and paint scoring, he's been really good. He's at 65.5% on 4.5 restricted area attempts per game this past season. But the point still is, the swing factor is how much better he can get as a shooter. He's not afraid to take jumpers, which is a positive sign, because you can teach improvements with your form. You can teach guys to try and be more consistent with shot selection. Those are things that are fixable, and I do think that Barnes and his form are fixable, but he does need to get better. But the fact that he is confident as a shooter, he's not afraid to take jumpers, that's a good sign, because you can't teach confidence in the NBA. That's something you either have or you don't. And the fact that Barnes is confident not just as a shooter in terms of taking open jumpers when he gets the opportunity, but also just confident as a player overall, is why I am confident it can get better. But at the end of the day, we still have to see that improvement, and there will be the major swing factor in the outcomes he could potentially reach. Defensively, I'm just as, if not more, excited about the upside with Barnes. He has a really good frame, has really long arms, good movement skills, good feel, great motor. He can play passing lanes. He's a solid shot blocker. He can play multiple defensive coverages, hold his own on switches, although I wouldn't say he's a true 1-5 defender. He basically does everything you want from that wing forward defender. He could improve in this area. He's not perfect. I don't think he's quite on the level that Evan Mobley or Herb Jones are at the same stage of their NBA careers, considering they all entered the league at the same time. But those two are outliers, special defensive players at a young age. But I do see the upside to be a monster on that end of the floor with Barnes. He has all the tools, he has the feel, he has the wiring, he has most importantly the motor to be a great defender. And sometimes he does struggle on defense, but they are really the struggles that are typical for young players on that end of the floor. And he has shown improvement, in my opinion, in that area. That encourages me. I think long term we could be talking about an all defense level guy on that end of the floor. Scottie Barnes showcases versatility on both ends of the floor that is coveted in today's NBA. On offense, he shows potential as a scorer and is already a pretty good playmaker in my opinion. And on defense, he shows versatility in coverages and has the motor and all the tools to be great on that end of the floor. He has the motor in general to be a great player as well. He has the skill and talent to be a great player. He does need to work on some things in order to reach his full potential, like his jumper. But he has the confidence and motor to improve on the areas necessary to reach that full potential. I don't see superstar upside in Barnes. I don't think he'll quite reach that level of scoring to be a superstar. But I do see legit star upside in Barnes, and I saw it after his rookie year, and I saw nothing in year 2 that would suggest that anything should change about his projections in terms of upside. I think at his best, Barnes could be an 18 to 20 point per game scorer, 7+ rebound per game, 5+ assists per game guy with all defense ability. Someone that can be an all-star to fringe all-NBA guy depending on how good the team he's on is. He has potential to be the ideal secondary star on a contender. The guy that complements a primary scorer and or playmaker. I'm not saying he's the next Scottie Pippen, because Pippen is one of the 50 greatest NBA players ever. But I could see Barnes putting up similar numbers to what Pippen did in his NBA career. Maybe he doesn't put up the big time scoring numbers, but he puts up good enough scoring numbers and has good all around stats as well. I know Barnes didn't take that leap that many expected him to in year 2, and I still understand the idea of maybe being skeptical that this is the best outcome for him is what he is right now, based off the fact that he showed so much improvement entering the league, but he's kind of hit this wall. I get where it comes from, but I don't agree with it. I still see the star upside with Barnes in the NBA, and if you were high on him after his rookie year, I really didn't see anything on tape that should suggest you should be lower on him now just because maybe he didn't take that leap you expected him to in year 2. I still see the versatile monster that I saw in his rookie year, and I still see the upside for him to be a great player, and he's a player worth being excited about if you're a Raptors fan. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, I'm notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the 2 best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the 2024 NBA season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Let me know what you think about Scottie Barnes. How good do you think he could be? Do you think he's gonna take that leap in year 3? Do you think that he is still this future star? Do you think that maybe he's capped out as a player? What do you think about him? And what do you think about the Raptors' future? Leave all that in the comment section below. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.